We Are Wakefield podcast is brought to you in partnership with Podmatic. Welcome to the We Are Wakefield podcast. It's another Wakefield Business Awards Special, and I'm joined by some really special guests today. So welcome to Karen Starkey from Conservatory Outlet.
Good morning.
Berni O'Brien from St George's Lupsit.
Hello.
And the infamous Dixie from BBC Local Radio, Sheffield, Leeds, York.
That's correct. That's where I am now.
And host of the Wakefield Business Awards for the second year.
Yay! You're having me back.
I'm having you back. Yeah, we couldn't get anyone else.
All right, fine. No one else answered the phone.
No one else answered
Brilliant.
the emails, so we were lumbered with you. But no, it's amazing that you're back with us. We're all so excited about 2025. The fourth Wakefield Business Awards, so it's still quite a young event. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to speak to Karen and Berni today about being winners in 2024. So Karen, I'm going to come to you first because I naturally work that way around this sofa. I don't know why. So I'm going to come to you first. As winners of Business Growth Success Story in 2024, which I feel is a really exceptional award to win, because it really shows us you're growing as an organisation and as an employer and a business within the Wakefield district. So just tell us a little bit about you and the business, please. Give us some background.
So I'm the head of HR at Conservatory Outlet. I've been there since 2015. Mm-hmm. We manufacture windows, doors, new living spaces, and are based in Wakefield. We've now got about 200 employees, constantly growing. We're now at a 60 million turnover, looking to grow to another 100 million in the next 4 years. So the business is really taking off, and we manufacture 2,500 to 3,000 products a week through the business, and we've supported a lot of companies that have not been successful. We've got a lot of staff that have come to us from companies that have gone under, mm-hmm. and they're really appreciative of the sort of security and the career that we've provided to them. So winning the business awards, it's just cracking to be acknowledged in Wakefield. We employ, all our people live Wakefield Barnsley area, so it's just that recognition and that pride in the work we do, and it's all down to the team that we work with. My role as head of HR is to obviously find the right people, give them the right skills and knowledge, and very proud to be acknowledged and recognised in Wakefield.
So it's really fitting that you won that award last year, yes. And you're up for 2 awards this year, yes. Which we'll come on to.
Yes.
But just going back to that about, employing people from within the district who've maybe been made redundant, or, businesses have gone under. Times are challenging for businesses at the moment, aren't they?
They are, and it's not easy. You're up against a lot of there's a lot of legislation changes, there's a lot of minimum wage changes. It's not easy. There's competitors out there trying to take our customers from us. So we're very big on customer focus and customer mm-hmm. relations. We do a lot to keep the 23 customers that we have within the business. We don't just sell windows. We provide them with a really good business network support. We give them advice. If they're a small business, we'll support them where we can. And it's really important we morally and ethically want to give people a good standard of living and give them an opportunity. We don't just want production operatives to think that's all they're going to do for the rest of their lives. Mm-hmm. We want to give them that career. And as I said earlier, the degree manufacturing pathway wasn't there in Wakefield, even though manufacturing is the biggest industry. So I've worked hard with the Heart of Yorkshire, and we've now got some keen interest on the shop floor for people that want to go through and develop into the next production directors, because we do need to grow our own staff. We have an ageing workforce. A lot of people have retired and moved on, and we do need to get the right people in the business that want to develop and learn. And no day is the same, and it's just a cracking place to be, mm-hmm. but also just having that recognition. And Wakefield's been craving these business awards for a long time now, so to get manufacturing involved is a great success, and a success to you as well, Claire.
Thank you. And it's really important to us as well to have manufacturing represented, because it's such a part of the fabric of Wakefield, isn't it? Yeah. Logistics, manufacturing, we're perfectly placed on that M62, M1 corridor for businesses such as yourselves. What do you think makes Wakefield different?
Because we're just cracking, honest, hard-working
We are.
people, down to earth. And at Conservatory Outlook, we care. You're not just a number, you are a name. We don't take the human out of the policy. You know, if anybody's suffering any sort of anything we can help them with at all, we will. So we try and keep that family, even though we're getting bigger, we still try and keep that family feel. And Wakefield's great. I mean, I'm born and bred in Wakefield, so it's my stomping ground. So of course I'm going to say good things about it. But yes, and I think realising in schools and colleges that you can look at the local businesses and you can still get your career. You don't have to go to Leeds and London. We don't have to lose that talent. We can keep them, and that's why things like the degree manufacturing apprenticeship pathway is important, to go out and say, come and talk to us. Don't, you know, parents might want you to leave home, but we want you to stay here.
Want you to stay in Wakefield.
Stay in Wakefield and make manufacturing an environment that you want to be in.
Yeah, and it's an important point you're making there, because Wakefield's not a university city, so our talent potentially leaves and doesn't come back. So it's really important that you're pioneering in that way, that you're providing that pathway for growth for our young talent, really, isn't it? Because like you said, you've got an aging workforce that you need to replace. And without those existing pathways there, how does the industry survive?
And it's about the industry at the end of the day. We have to grow people and train people and give them the skills to do what we do. And that's not just making, you know, that's developing within any department within the business. And it's always been easier to get business admin apprenticeships or marketing or HR, but really disappointingly, manufacturing just wasn't there. There was no pathway. It all went into engineering and into aerospace and Rolls-Royce, and we're not. We make windows. And we build people's dreams because people work hard and save a lot of money. They're not cheap, and we build their dreams. So it's great to see them success stories and see those, you know, how those buildings done and the home improvements. And we've also now gone into the new built sector. So we're fitting windows in Wakefield.
Right.
So it's gone full circle with that fitting where we come from.
Amazing. Yeah. And I will come back to you on that, and we'll talk a little bit more about, you know, your work with the local colleges, because that's a big thing for me, is connecting business with education. So I want to come back to you on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'm going to move to you, Berni. So St George's Lupsit, an amazing organisation within the Wakefield district, facing real challenges in the district head on, and supporting the people within our community that really need it the most. So tell me a little bit about you and the work that you do at St George's.
Okay, so I have the very grand title of Chief Exec, which I really don't like, because we're a team and there's nobody more important in any of the team. We're all as important as anybody else. And it's that team approach. So St George's is a community-facing organisation. We are a charity, but we're also a social enterprise. We've been around for 23 years now, and I've been involved with the organisation for nearly 20 of those years. It's based in Lupsit, and we support the people of Lupsit and West Wakefield, and I'm from that area. Our focus is local people and supporting their aspirations, their desires. People are written off sometimes because of maybe where they live, because they've not done well at school, or school wasn't right for them, or they've had difficulties or traumas or anything like this. There's all sorts of reasons that people might use our services. So over the years, we've developed a range of things that are based on the 5 ways to wellbeing. And the list of things that we do is childcare, children and young people's work around mental health, a volunteering programme. We currently have about 68 volunteers who give back for a range of reasons. We have adult education classes to support people. We have a food bank, which we'd really like to close so that people don't need it. Community allotment, community transport, a whole host of things. But we are focused on Lupsit and West Wakefield and the needs of people there. And partnership's our middle name. So the most important people in that partnership are local people who feed back to us, tell us what their wants and needs are, and then we will try, where possible, to meet those needs and wants, if that's the case. I think one of our major successes, and I think that we've got lots of case studies around this, but quite often somebody will walk through the door into the community cafe for a cuppa, and somebody will have a conversation with them, and then the next thing you know, they're doing a bit of volunteering, or they're on a course, or they're talking about their what they might need, and we can signpost them somewhere else or anything like that. And we've got a number of people that are currently working with us now that came as a volunteer because things were happening for them. And 2 of those are service managers now, and they're local. And it's really important to us that we put our efforts into local people and, like you said, help people to achieve their dreams.
Yeah.
And those dreams sometimes might not be what your dreams might be, but that's what their dreams are and their aspirations and the support for them. So we run a whole range of services, but actually, essentially, it's just about supporting people. You know, it takes a village to raise a child. It's the same sort of thing. It's keeping it local. It's what's happening in everyday life for people. And it's just that smile that then gets them to go, oh, I'm going to go back there again and do that and what have you. So that's St George's sort of in a nutshell. But like I say, we are a business like yourself. We struggle to recruit staff sometimes. We have to be innovative about how we do that. We have to monitor our finances as a charity and a business. We've got great systems that do that. We've got great marketing because that's really important that we reach out to people in a way that they need, that speaks their language. And then we've just got a great team of people that 9 times out of 10, if they come to work for us, they stay with us for a long time.
Yeah.
We've got a great board of trustees who just give their time and effort. I think we've got 10 trustees now, and we've got 2 founding trustees that are still there from when they set it up back in 1997, a long time ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's St George's.
And what do you think are the particular challenges that Wakefield faces?
I think some of it goes back to not being a university town, although I think that's a double-edged sword. I think that I think I really need to bring it back a little bit to sort of Lupsit, if you like, and areas like Lupsit, in that quite often areas that are considered deprived, which is a term I don't particularly like, but it's are often written off. And I think that is one of the things that probably, with the demise of the pits and all that, Wakefield was written off, really, as, you know.
It's that legacy, isn't it?
It is that legacy.
And those outlying villages that we're in, what, 3rd, 4th generation now, and we're still having those issues.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think, I think that is one of the, I think one of the big issues for Wakefield is the transport.
Yes.
And people's ability to move around to jobs and work. I mean, we've had a number of people who have come to us for support, and we've trained them, and, and then they've gone to get jobs, but their children are at school, and they've got to get 2 buses to get to the job, and it's just not feasible.
It's crazy that we can't get from one end of the district to the other in the time that we can hop on a train from Westgate to London.
Yeah.
It's crazy that those links aren't there, and it's something that I keep having conversations about with the local MPs.
Yeah.
Something that I keep getting promised is being worked on. So you never know, one day these issues may be resolved, or, support will be there for people, because it is a massive problem, those transport links, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
When you think of how do you get from Nottingley to Wakefield, and like you said, within school hours, so it's a massive challenge for the Wakefield district, is the transport links. Yeah,
absolutely.
What did it mean to you to win Charity of the Year at the Wakefield Business Awards last year?
I was just immensely proud, really. I think so. Mike, who's the chair of our trustees, he came and said, "Let's go for this." I went, "An award, a little bit. Let's get on with this day job." He said, "No. It's we need to reflect on ourselves. Look and I went, all right. So he worked on it with a number of other colleagues who I have to give credit to them. It wasn't me, it was him and 2 colleagues who do the marketing and the monitoring and evaluation, so that we know what we do. We know we're good at what we do, but we can actually prove it as well. So when we were finalists, I was sort of really quite proud that we're just finalists. And on the night, I genuinely didn't think it was going to be us, knowing who our
Who the other
co-finalists were.
Yeah.
Because you never think you're good enough, do you?
No.
You know? You never think you're going to... So when that... I mean, honestly, I was in tears. But I was actually so proud, not for me, but actually for the founding trustees and the work and the staff who make it happen. Because it's not me that makes it happen, is it? It's them that makes it happen, you know. Obviously... You know, I contribute to that.
I'm sure you've got a lot to do with that, Berni, actually.
I'm sure, but I you know, I always say this, but it isn't, I don't do the doing, do they? They do the doing. And so I think I was just proud. And also, I think it's really important. We're a charity, and often charities are that busy getting on with their day job and chasing funding to keep going and what have you. I mean, I would just actively encourage any charities that are listening to this from Wakefield to actually think about this. And if, you know, demonstrating what you do and what you achieve and how you do that is accessible, and it can be achieved. And anybody that wants any support or help, come and talk to us. We'd encourage you. We haven't gone for another award this year. We may go another time, or what have you. You know, we hide our light under a bushel too much, don't we? And maybe we need to do a lot more. But I would just actively encourage any other charities out there to just go for this, because you are businesses. You might be charitable and your profits go back into the business. But it gives you a sense of achievement and worth.
Absolutely, and I think you've raised a couple of really important points there, in that it allows you to reflect on how good you are and what you're achieving, and really take stock of what the organisation's doing.
Yeah.
And you can use that in your website, your marketing, you know, so you're really taking stock and getting that down there as to how brilliant you are and what you're achieving.
Yeah.
And this is for businesses as well as charity and not-for-profits. So, and another point you raised there is, I think it's our head judge Louise that says you get 95% of the benefits just from being listed as a finalist as you do from winning.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really important point there, because being in that list of finalists, and I can say that the charity and not-for-profit category is the one that receives the most entries every year, because we've got some amazing charities and organisations in Wakefield, and you wish that they could all take a trophy home on the night, but it's just incredible to hear the things that they're achieving. And we feel it's really important that we support our third, I reluctantly call it the third sector, but we make sure that the category is free to enter for charities and not-for-profits, and that you get a ticket to attend as well, because we don't want charities and not-for-profits having to have that expense out of their funding pot. So it's important for us that we celebrate business, but we also celebrate our organisations that are really supporting our communities at the grassroots as well.
Save the date for the Wakefield Business Awards on November the 13th at Tileyard North. Tickets on sale August.
I'm going to come and speak to you now, Dixie.
Hiya, you all right?
Hi, I'm good. Are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you.
Welcome back to the Wakefield Business Awards.
Here we go again.
Here we go
It's
again.
almost
Buckle
time.
up. Yeah. So, reflecting on last year, it was brilliant. It was such a good night, wasn't it?
Yeah, I loved it. And I think when we spoke a few months before and you booked me for the event, you were like, it might be a bit rowdy, this one. I went, nah, it'll probably be all right. I've done some rowdy awards in my time, but this was rowdy in a good way. The atmosphere in the room, I think everyone will agree. Everyone, first of all, is just happy to be there because they've got a nomination. And like you say, just to make it onto that list as a nominee is amazing. And I really loved it. I had a really, really good time. There's so much energy in the room. Everyone's supporting each other. It was phenomenal. Yeah. I really had a good time, and it was great to get the call to do it again.
I think that's an important point there, just about the community spirit in the room. I think that sets us aside as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone else's cheerleader.
No, exactly that. I mean, I host a lot of awards, right? And you do ordinarily get these events that are a little bit flat, and everyone's a bit reserved and sat there and like, oh yeah, they've been nominated. Well done. We don't like them. What time are we out of here?
Yeah.
Everyone is supporting each other because it's it's everyone working towards a common goal. It's about putting Wakefield on the map. It's about celebrating those businesses, those charities that are doing great work. And everyone seems like happy to be there, if that makes sense, rather than, oh, it's another awards due. We might win, we might not. It's kind of almost not about that. It's about being there with your colleagues, your peers, businesses. It's a phenomenal night.
Yeah, celebrating Wakefield, the best way we can think of to do that, really. So let's talk a little bit about you. So I know that a lot of people will know you from Heart Yorkshire.
Yep.
Which has had a complete restructure now, and that regional voice has gone, hasn't it?
Yeah. Am I mad at it? I knew it was coming.
Right.
Radio as an industry is not immune to the challenges of any other industry. Through the advent of technology, you can do shows from different places. The technology exists to offer like regional radio, but actually do it all from somewhere else. So in the case of Heart, for example, you're still getting Yorkshire news on there. You're still getting Yorkshire adverts. People can still advertise on there, and it's showcased to a local audience. But yeah, you're right. We've now lost that identity, I think, of your local radio station.
And we just miss that bants with yourself and Ellen.
Banter. What can I say?
You must miss each other. Are you still in touch?
Do you know what?
Are you
Yeah,
mates?
we do. We do chat on text and WhatsApp and stuff. We spent a lot of time together. I mean, we're in that room 4 hours a day, every day, Monday to Friday.
And how long was the show on for? How long did it run?
How long did we do? We celebrated 10 years on Heart just before we left, I think. But we started off doing
incredible in
breakfast
itself.
and then to drive, and it was great. And we all had a lovely night out to celebrate. And then I think we came back after Christmas and it was like, there's mutterings that something might be happening. And this has always been on the cards, the way the radio industry was looking. One day this was going to happen. So it wasn't a surprise. But do I miss being on every day? Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, not being on every day now gives me a bit more freedom to do other stuff.
Yeah.
Like I can come here today and do this.
which is
Probably wouldn't have made it otherwise.
Yeah.
I can go and do more DJing, which I love doing. I can go and host events here, there and everywhere. So it's a new kind of freedom. But yeah, I do miss the buzz of being on and speaking to Yorkshire every day. Because it is the greatest county.
Of course, God's own.
Yeah, but it's been a load of fun. But things change, and now I'm doing stuff for the BBC now, which is totally different.
I can imagine. Yeah. How different is it? What's the feel at the Beeb then?
Here's what I really like about the BBC, where obviously the commercial radio stations, as we've discussed, they're kind of not doing that regional thing anymore. BBC local radio, I think, has a huge opportunity now to kind of collect those listeners that used to listen to maybe their local commercial station. I think, and especially round here, we do like to hear a local voice talking about local things. And we're not talking like parochial kind of, you're not like us, so we can't listen to you. I just think there's something really important, and I'm really passionate about talking about stuff that is happening locally, shouting about stuff that's happening locally. So it's been a great opportunity to move from something that was, look, Heart was fun and shiny and, there goes Ed Sheeran, ha ha ha, funny, to actually dealing with subjects that people care about a bit more.
Yeah.
It's a chance for me to kind of develop as a broadcaster and talk about things that, not that I wasn't allowed to talk about, it just wouldn't have sat well on Heart. You can have a 10-minute conversation with a local charity and about what they're doing, really, in the format of what I used to do. And that's the opportunity now. And I'm really relishing it, but it's totally different. I'm having to think a lot more than I used to. I think my job was pretty easy before.
Okay.
Sit there, play the records, me and Emma, have a little bit of fun. Whereas
You make it
this...
sound easy, but you don't imagine that it's
Maybe that is.
that
No, it was really easy.
Oh.
Well, no, obviously it was... There were times where, you're putting in a lot of preparation behind the scenes. I'm joking, obviously. There was a lot of work behind the scenes. But this is a new level for me of really having to think about what I'm saying. A lot of breaking news. You got someone chatting in your ear going, right, okay, we're going live to this now, and now we're off to this. But yeah, really enjoying it. And I see it as a new challenge. I think, if I'm being perfectly honest, I got to a stage where I was quite comfortable with what I was doing. And now and again, it's quite nice
You have to have that challenge.
to change to something new and go, oh, okay, let's see if I can do this. Keeps it fresh.
Yeah. So where can we find you these days?
So BBC Leeds, doing a lot on there, BBC Radio Leeds. You'll now and again hear me crop up on all three round here. So BBC Radio Leeds, BBC Radio Sheffield, BBC Radio York. Yeah, I'm kind of like the cover guy at the moment.
Yeah.
So if someone's off for a week, I'm on, or I'll get a phone call in a minute going, can you do this show? And I love it. And I quite like the excitement of, oh, check the diary. Where are we today? And again, like we said, it's just something new. It's allowing me to do different things. But yeah, really enjoying it. And yeah, looking forward to this next part of my career.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's really exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Change is great.
Change is good. Don't be afraid of change.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the only constant, isn't it?
It is. It's true.
That
Yeah,
was said very
absolutely
much
right.
on your radio, though.
Yeah. Quote that up as a little meme. That's it. That'd be great.
So I'm going to come back over to you, Karen. So tell us the value in awards, and how do you craft a great award entry, do you think?
By what you've built up, your experiences, your knowledge, it's like evidence that you're doing something right. So for us, we've got a lot of apprenticeship stories to talk about, new business to talk about. So it's not, if you look back, it makes you look back over the year and reflect on what you've done and what's gone well. And it's about showing off, which, like you said, with charities, we as a business, HR, I'm not marketing, so I'm not very good at showing off. So it's really good to be able to shout about what you've achieved and seeing some of the successes. One guy who we've got through into an HND in engineering, he was like, I never thought that I'd be picking up. I'm going to his graduation ceremony in a couple of weeks. He's invited me, and he's like, I never thought I'd be sat here getting a degree and wearing a cap and gown and going to Wakefield Cathedral, and I never thought he'd asked me to go. So
I think that's the day after the Business Awards.
yeah, I'm going to be hungover.
That ceremony. I was just going to say,
I might just
brave
stay in
accepting
Wakefield.
that invitation.
Just go straight from one
Go
to
in
the
the
other.
glittery frock.
Yeah.
So it's about that, and the guy that's just come forward to be going through the degree in manufacturing, he said, we're rubbish at school, Karen. I just got in the wrong crowd. I didn't really do my maths and English. Do I need my maths and English? Well, don't worry, you might do, but we'll get you there and we'll give you support to do it. So it's them kind of stories that are really sort of, it's nice to reflect and think, actually, we have done a lot. We have changed some people's lives and given them the opportunities. And like you've said yourself, people come from backgrounds that have not necessarily had that inspiration, or they don't know what they're aspiring to be, and not had maybe that support. So it's nice to see that you can grow them people, and as a business that we succeed. And so yeah, it's a great opportunity to reflect.
Yeah. So on the night this year, we're looking at Employer of the Year and Medium/Large Business of the Year.
Yes.
So from an HR perspective, you must be gunning for the Employer of the Year one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I won't be speaking to you if I don't win. Just bring it on.
You see, this is such a burden for me. I hate this. I really do. The burden of knowing kills me. It really does. And that poker face. But yeah. But I mean, it's like I said, it's just such a great opportunity for everyone just to shine, isn't it? And just to really celebrate those massive achievements that you've made over the year. And like you said, you're changing lives.
Yeah, we are. We're giving opportunities and to grow and to develop. And I think for me, that's the legacy that, I just feel like I can be proud about that. And the number of apprenticeships, the number of young people, the number of people within the business that we've said, do you want to do this learning? The people that have come in and like, I don't want to learn. I've not learned since I left school. And it's like, I didn't go to uni till I was 38.
Daunting though, isn't it?
is
As
daunting.
an adult, to start learning again. And that academic kind of side of it, it can be quite a scary
It can, and I'm also
road
working
to
with another
take.
company, because some people don't want to do the apprenticeship because it's too much sat in the classroom writing and reading. And so we've got now this gateway, so they can do a 4-day course with their provider and just have a look at it and say, actually, it'll give you CPD points, but you'll get a good feel as to whether it's something you can do rather than just signing up for an 18-month apprenticeship.
So that's like a little tester.
It's like a
session
gateway.
You can do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like and I'm working with an apprentice provider and a local training provider to do that. So we're saying, if you're a team leader and we want you to be developed into that team leading role, try this for 4 days. And the shop floor come alive in training when they're on the shop floor. Give them a theory, you've lost them. Give them a pen and paper, you've potentially lost them. Take them on the shop floor and tell them to show you what they've done.
Yes.
And you've got their attention. And they're really proud of what they've done and what they've achieved. So it's really good to see some good examples of that throughout the business. And it helps keep staff retention.
Yep.
It helps grow them as individuals. And we're also quite big on investors in people. We became re-accredited this year and we're now going for gold. So we're putting a lot of practices in place. We do lots of satisfaction surveys and we do focus groups, and so the staff tell us what would be good for them. So work on the vision and the values of the business, and so yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So you bring in some of the team with you to the event this year.
They're already, the name were down before my name were down. And we've also got awards in London as well in November. I think that's like an industry award.
Yeah.
They're down for that as well. I'm like, I'm getting my name down here, else I'm not going to get it.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, we've got a team. I think we've got a table of, is it 10?
I think you've got a table of 12.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, my staff, my team are in there.
Can you make sure they're positioned as far away from me as possible?
Well, all I'm
I know
going
what
to do
you
is
guys
ask you
are
to
like.
splash the cash, and I'm on the wrong show.
Oh yeah, exactly. There's a great story there. I think you got a phone call, you'd entered the old heart competition, and you took a phone call and you gave it the old heart splash the cash because you thought it was us, the radio station, calling, but it definitely wasn't.
No, it was the passport office asking me to confirm somebody's identification. So yes,
Brilliant.
just a tad embarrassed and completely ignored the fact that I'd gone heart splash the cash.
No reaction whatsoever from the passport office
nothing.
on that.
Very poker face.
Yes, and they still allowed you to verify that person's identity.
I think I've got some intelligence somewhere.
But the disappointment in that call, you must have been gutted.
I'd already spent that money.
Sorry, nothing to do with me. Not there anymore, mate.
Oh, honestly, yeah. So, amazing. So you bring in the team with you this year again.
Yes.
What's the anticipation like on the night when you're sitting there and it's building up to the award?
It's really nerve-wracking. And
it?
you just want to win. I mean, you are right. There is a great community spirit and you want the next person to win. There's none of this like, who's in my category. You just want it because you're from Wakefield, and whatever we do, we're building Wakefield. We're putting Wakefield on the map. So it doesn't matter who wins, but you do want to win. And then when you get to know you've won, I mean, the little acorn that you gave last year, my boss was so proud. I'm like, I want that. And he's like, it's not your business.
I've got some more.
We nearly had a fight over it. I was like, I want one of those. So yeah, it's just cracking. And then when you get to know that you've won, you'll have seen my little victory dance as I
Yeah. Legendary.
Yes. Yeah. My boys were like, Mother.
Have you got a new bit of choreography just in case?
I might have, I won't say splash the cash, I promise.
Okay, fine.
It's been done now.
Yeah.
You've got to think of something else to heckle him with if you win this year. Yeah. So Berni, for you then, so last year obviously brought the team along.
Did.
You celebrated in style. I
have.
remember you all getting up onto the stage to accept that award, all of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How did it feel on the night? What was the build-up like for you and your team?
Well, we were sat right at the back, so I thought, oh, it's not us.
That's what we were sat at the back. I'm like, we're not.
So it's not us, so it won't be us.
Honestly, I do the seating plan, and you can never tell from where you're sitting whether you've won or not.
There must be some kind
clever.
of theory behind it. Is it completely random? Like
The theory is do it completely in a random way so nobody
no
can
one-
figure it out.
Yeah.
I won't even tell the photographers on the night who the winning tables are because they say, well, if you can tell us who's going to win and what table they're on, absolutely no chance. You're going to give it away. There's no way you can be that sneaky. And you know, absolutely no chance.
There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah. So you were right at the back.
We were right at the back, so I thought it won't be us. So, you know, and I knew who else was in the category, so I thought, well, they're brilliant, you know, that's good. So I was a bit gobsmacked and cried when, you know, and the team just erupted and there were tears.
Yeah.
So, and they were saying, you know, you go. I go, no, it's about all of us. It's not about me. It's all of us, which is what I said earlier.
Yes.
We're a team, and everybody fits into that
Lovely feeling.
So,
it's lovely to see those reactions on the night. I mean, you like I say, you host a lot of awards events.
That's it. It's those special moments, because obviously, you know, when we get to that nominations and then we find, and the winner is, and you know what I'm like, I'll create drama. I'll be like, you know, give it another 3 seconds, just pause. And I was like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing? And those bits where you announce the winner in that category, and you're right, it's just woof. Yeah. There it goes. That's the best bit about presenting the awards, just those moments, because you never know how anybody's going to react. Normally in a positive way, because everyone wants to win stuff.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's magical, and it's the kind of moments you'll remember that.
Absolutely.
Forever.
And it's the pride it gives your company and people. The pride that you've got that, and it's because of their hard work. It's definitely down to the pride and the recognition that you're doing something right.
And I think that when I read back through our application in preparation for today, and just reading everything that had been put into that application, and there's something about that's very important to me. It's that integrity that when I read what was in there, we know we're good at what we do, don't we? We know instinctively that we're good at what we do for various reasons, but actually we can prove it. Yeah. And this was a way of validating that proof, because that evidence was there in the application. And it sort of like goes back to something you said earlier, and one of our team, when I ask for information, I'll go, well, yeah, but it's just what we do. You know, yeah, but we can celebrate that. Yeah. Just because it's just what you do and you're good at it, we can celebrate that. It's, you know, let's celebrate that, just what we do, and we're good at it. Yeah. And I think that it's that pride and that you can go, we haven't made this up. This is true. And somebody else has read it and validated that.
3 people have read it, because our judging process, which I'm extremely proud of, is very robust, very transparent, very fair. So we've had a panel of 21, no less, judges this year. Some that have done it before, some new judges this year. Every entry gets sent to 3 different judges and judged completely in isolation, separately, no conferring, on the same scoring matrix. And I think that we're pretty unique. Not unique because we do it because we get the awards trust mark. We've got the highest level of awards trust mark accreditation, but part of that is that we provide all our entrants with the feedback from the judges as well.
I was going to say that one of the things I found really, really valuable and welcomed was that feedback. Yeah. Because there's always something to learn, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Always something to learn.
Yeah. And we've had entrants that have maybe not reached the shortlist before, but have got that feedback from the judges and really taken that on board and built on that entry in the year after and gone on to win. Yeah. I mean, the Yorkshire Broker took 2 awards away last year, and they're a great example of that. They didn't make the shortlist the year before for the categories that they won last year, and that was building on the judges' feedback and what evidence they said they needed to read in those entry applications. So I'm really proud that if you win a Wakefield Business Award, you have won it because you have written the best awards entry there that has been absolutely validated by 3 independent judges that have got no connection with you whatsoever. So I'm really proud of that. Yeah. And obviously you'll go through the feedback afterwards. Is that something that you'll
I think it's valuable.
use? Yeah.
Absolutely valuable. You need to know what people, what the feedback is and where you've excelled, where you could do better, and it'll just help you build another, application the following year. Yeah. Yeah.
And we shared that feedback across a number of people within the organisation that it was relevant to, and some of our as a charity, it went through the board and our finance committee and our...
It's all positive, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the way it should be, isn't it? That,
And I want you to tell us how you celebrated the win, because I was lucky enough to be invited to St George's, on your annual celebration day that you do every year, and you played an amazing video to showcase your previous year.
Yeah.
And I was just bowled over by it. Just tell us a little bit about the video.
So I think I've said a number of times, we're about everybody joins in. So we thought it would be a really good idea to take the award and do a video where it is passed around all the people that use our service, staff, volunteers, trustees, and what have you. So it was about 3 minutes long, maybe. It was quite, and it went from children to people in our lunch club to trustees to staff, and basically it was just like the football gets passed on, and so the award was just passed around.
So lovely.
Probably about 20 different people. And it, everybody was proud that we'd won this award.
And rightly so.
And, not just the staff, but people that use the organisation, whether they just come into a coffee morning or they're using one of our young people's activities. So it was just passed around, and the smiles were there, weren't they, on the video?
Absolutely.
So,
the pride, it just oozed out of everyone, didn't it? It was just so lovely to see. I got quite emotional.
If we win and go
Honestly,
at 200 manufacturing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on, guys, show your picture.
Yeah.
And
maybe you'll end up
great for us. Maybe we should do it.
I was
and
gonna
play
say,
them at the awards. Yeah,
maybe you'll end up with a series, a bank of all of these.
It was amazing to see, and just that pride in winning is just fantastic, and to know that you've won something that's really worth winning. I need to sleep at night. I want to make sure that our awards are absolutely worth winning, and we go through this robust process where it's fair and it's done properly, and you can take that trophy home at the end of the night and be really proud of what you've achieved.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what can we expect this year then?
That's kind of down to you, isn't it?
Well,
should we have a
kind
meeting?
of.
We need to do something. We need
We
a little
do.
surprise at the start, don't we?
I think we do, and I think that's kind of, but we
This
can't
is not
say
for the
any...
podcast.
No.
Yeah, I think we've got to take it to the next level, Claire.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking I arrive from maybe the rafters.
Yeah, like a bit of a Strictly thing where they lower them in on a star or the moon.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the roof is...
Totally.
Yeah, just straddled on a big acorn.
Did
Fine.
they do it on Buckingham Palace when James Bond went to see the Queen? Yeah,
could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's off limits for this year.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to get started. It's always lovely. Put on the suit, get the microphone in hand, and let's have an awesome evening.
And what happens after the last trophy is handed over, Dixie?
Okay, it's party time.
It's party time.
stay till the end.
That's when I
stay
can
till
have
the
a
end. Oh, exactly. There's a weird thing that happens to Claire's face after that last award. She kind of goes... and then you're straight on the dance floor.
done and I can relax and everything's gone really well.
But it is. It's a stressful night, I think,
is a
for
stressful
you.
night,
Everyone is there to
yeah.
kind of enjoy themselves,
Yeah.
but I know you're just wanting it to go okay, and
Yeah.
you get to that point, that final award,
Yeah.
and then we play the music. Yeah, I'll be DJing. It's gonna be a whole load of fun.
Yeah.
And everyone was ready for the party. This was the
were.
thing as well. It's not one of those things like, oh, there's a few people dancing, we're just getting warmed up. It was like, bosh, we're off.
It was full on.
And that was it. For a good couple of hours, everyone's on the floor.
Yeah.
So
it
that's
was
the fun
brilliant.
bit for me as well.
I was worried because it was the first time.
Why were you worried?
Well, I was worried that maybe after the last award, everyone would just kind of go home.
Nope. That didn't happen.
Wakefield.
Yeah,
I was
exactly
gonna
that.
say, we'd not done that before. So last year was the first time we did this. We had a little after party.
You did tickets, didn't you, for the after party?
We did
one
in
year?
2023. 2022 was a tiny little event. 135 people at Kappa College, and we all ended up trailing down Westgate at the end. I say all of us, a select group of diehards, you
Yes.
know, and that got messy. In 2023, we did an event in Forged Distillery next door to the carding shed at Tile Yard, and we had to ticket that because it's quite a small venue. But it filled up and the party carried on a little bit. It was a bit tame though because we were in a small venue. And then last year happened and it just went bonkers.
Yeah, tame is not a word I'd use to
No.
describe last year's.
No.
It
And
was
there's video
great.
evidence of it.
Yeah,
It's brilliant.
exactly.
But there's not many awards ceremony where you get to party afterwards.
I
is there?
know.
A lot of the awards ceremony at the last award, that's it, you're going home.
That's it. Everybody goes home and everybody's like been, a bit bored and they've talked over the host. And I've been to these events and I mean, I don't know if you, I'm sure you command a room at every event you do, but
Obviously.
I've seen these events where people just talk over the host
Yeah.
all night. They're getting drunk. They're not interested in who's picking up a trophy. There's not that cheerleader element to the room. And I think it's things like that that just really set our event
Yeah. No, I'd agree.
aside.
Yeah, absolutely that. Like we said, everyone's paying attention. And yeah, as the night goes on, the drink starts to flow and that. But there's always that respect there. There's always that cheerleading for other people in your category. And then when it is time to let your hair down, that's when the party comes alive.
Permission to let your hair down.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Permission to party.
I know what you're doing there.
We could get onto Turkish powers, but
Yeah. I'll be visiting. I'll go and have a trim beforehand.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. I just want to say a huge thank you for coming back to see me about the business awards that was 2024. That seems a lifetime ago now. And as we approach 2025 on November the 13th at Tileyard North, if you haven't got your tickets yet, I mean, what on earth is wrong? You're going to miss out on such a party. You don't have to be a finalist. You don't have to be a sponsor. You don't have to be a judge. You can come along and you can party with the cream of Wakefield.
We're the cream of Wakefield.
We really are.
Top.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's going to be a fantastic night. And I shall see you there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Claire.
thank you for having us.
I'm Claire Sutherley, Managing Director of We Are Wakefield and founder of the Wakefield Business Awards. You can get your tickets for the Wakefield Business Awards at wakefieldbusinessawards.org.uk.
All right, what's going on? It's Dixie here, the host of the Wakefield Business Awards for 2025. I'll see you there on the night. Also, catch me on your local BBC radio station. And if you want to follow what I'm up to, get us on social media at Dixie Online.
I'm Berni O'Brien. I'm the Chief Exec of St George's Lupsit. And if you want to find out what we're doing, we've got loads of social media, but try our website, which is stgeorgeslupsit.org.uk. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Karen Starkey, Head of HR at Conservatory Outlet, last year's winners of the Wakefield Business Awards, and this year in for finalists for 2 awards, so we're excited to be going. Have a look at conservatoryoutlet.co.uk, see what we do on a day-to-day basis, and hope to celebrate at the award in November.
Make sure the 13th of November is in your calendar for the Wakefield Business Awards at Tileyard North. Tickets go on sale August 2025.